Hey crystal friend, welcome to episode 12 of the weekly crystal drop. So on tonight's table we've got another mix of old and new stock, although the parcel that was stuck in customs for over 2 months has actually finally arrived and everything is beautiful, so that is awesome. And I also had another package come which included some beautiful pendants, so I'm looking forward to sharing those with you as well. And I do apologise for the state of my hands. It looks like I've been in a fight with one of the cats, which I haven't. I've been trying to do some DIY on the house and have managed to cut myself about 50,000 times and also put my hand on a heat gun that had just been running at 600 degrees C. So apologies in advance. So anyway, that's enough waffling from me. I want to show you all these beautiful new items, so let's do it. Alright, we will kick things off with a new item, and these are really cute little leaves. I've got them in various materials and they have this hole in the bottom, so I thought you could potentially hang them from a string and use them as like a decoration. I did want to get these out for Christmas because I thought they would look quite cute on a Christmas tree, but me being me, here we are in January and I'm finally showing them. They could also be used as a very oversized pendant if you're into extremely large pendants. So anyway, this first one is clear quartz. It is a nice quality clear quartz. The carving on these is a little bit rustic. They are hand carved, so they do all have their own personality. But yeah, the carving is a little bit rustic, but I think it kind of suits the natural vibe of these. This one does also have a really cute rainbow. So for size reference, they're about that size. They're all pretty much the same size and they're all the same price. So they are £8 each, and that is the clear quartz one. Next up we have a rose quartz one, and this is similar again. And then, why am I doing all this one-handed? I'm not very good one-handed. That's the back of the rose quartz one. Really, really pretty colour. You can see it's got all these little grooves carved into it when you look at it closely. So that is piece B. This one is piece C, and this one is a really pretty rainbow fluorite. It's got the apple green, it's got the purple, and then it's got blue on this side, which is super duper nice. Now this one does have a natural, oh, phone, what are you doing? So this one does have a natural fracture through here. So there's a little bit of material missing there, and the fracture runs through here, but it's being held on sort of by the rest of it. So I don't think that's going anywhere, but I would say if you were planning on using this as a giant pendant, just be a little bit careful with it, just because it might be a little bit fragile in this area here. This one is really, really pretty. And this one has really nice transparency as well. You can see there with the backlight. So this lovely fluorite one is £8 as well, and that's piece C. And piece D, this is the most rustically carved out of them. Fluorite is quite prone to fracturing, so it's got a few little tips missing, but it's still really cute. And that's the back of that piece. So this one's mostly green and purple, and you can see the colours a little bit better with the backlight. So that is piece D. And last up we have piece E, which is a gorgeous mint green fluorite. It's really, really transparent. Has a lovely soft minty green colour and really, really lovely transparency. So beautiful piece E is just £8 as well. Okay, next up we have this lovely Smoky quartz dragon turtle. Look at its cute teeth, so adorable. And it has pretty good clarity and really, really nice carving. It has this crazy rainbow. It's like the most insane blue colour. And it also has one in its head somewhere. There it is. Oh, there's a little bit here as well. I never noticed that before. So yeah, it has these lovely little rainbows. That's the underside. Let me just de-fingerprint it, hang on. Is that even a word, de-fingerprint? It is now, I've just made it up. So there is the lovely clarity on this one. It does have a layer, it's kind of almost like a dendritic layer, very similar, but it's quite interesting. Pressing the wrong button. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Oh my days. There we go, that's better. Right, we want the off button, not the rave button. Okay, right, let's try that again. So this lovely piece is quite a good size, it's quite chunky, and it is just £24. And then next up we have this lovely fluorite one, and I absolutely love the banding on this piece. And I've listed it as Yttrium fluorite because it has this gorgeous little pastel purple kind of lilac-y lavender colour on his back foot, which looks very much like yttrium or yttrium, which is a rare earth element. Then the front is this really juicy green. Usually with yttrium fluorite, the green is a little more minty, it's a little bit more like this. This is a really deep green, so it's quite unusual. And then it's got this lovely darker purple band right through here. You can kind of see there is actually a purplish line right through the middle. So there is some transparency to this piece. So this cute little fluorite piece, there's the size, is £21. Alrighty, next up is a restock material, which are these gorgeous moss agate moon bowls. So I listed 3 pieces of these, and these are my final 3 pieces. So once these are gone, they're completely gone. And they are really nice quality moss agate. I don't know what, they're so shiny, it's hard to actually show them. They have lovely moss inclusions and then these beautiful areas of quartzation, which do have little tiny sparkles. And these are also carved slightly rustically, but again, I think it suits this material because it's a very natural looking material. I think it just makes them more unique and gives them a little bit more character. So this one's got little pops of blue chalcedony all through as well. Lovely areas of banding around the quartz. And these areas, they almost look like rivers running through a forest if you're looking down from above. I think that looks really lovely. And this is quite a good size bowl. You could fit definitely tumblestones and jewellery. You might even be able to fit a few palm stones in here. It is quite a good size. So this one is piece D and it's £18. And I've just displayed them on these stands. The stands don't come with them. I've just used them for displaying them. So the £18 is just for the bowl. Okay, next up is piece E, and I absolutely love the colour combos on this one. I love the fact you've got the darker moss, the lighter green moss, and then it's also got these unusual kind of russety brown areas. And then here it's got like a really transparent orange colour, which is quite unusual. And then you've got little pops of blue. Beautiful areas of quartz. They are just lovely. And then another really nice big area of it on the back there. So many pretty patterns on this piece. So this one's a little bit smaller. You could still probably fit some tumbles in it, or crystal confetti, rings, keys, all sorts of bits and bobs. So this is piece E and it's £14. Last up we have piece F. This one has a slightly different vibe. There's a lot of quartz in this piece and it forms a lovely contrast with this lovely dark green moss. And then all this edge is quartz and it is so sparkly. When you look at it from this side, it's not probably going to show any of its sparkles now, but it is, especially in the sun, it is full of all these tiny little rainbows. It's so cute. And then that bit there is really sparkly too. Again, we've got these lovely pops of blue, a little tiny bit of orange there, a little teeny bug. And then beautiful moss. Lovely intricate patterns around the edge. Some little baby dendrites. This one to me, it kind of reminds me of a snowy mountain with forests underneath. It kind of like has a snowy vibe to me. But it's super duper pretty. And it's a little bit smaller again, but still very, very usable. So this pretty little piece F is just £10. Next up we have a brand new material. It's the first time I've ever carried this material. And this is beautiful Nellite, which is one of many trade names for this material. It's also known as golden Nellite, honeystone, lion skin, golden skies pietasite, or honey pietasite, and I'm sure there are probably other names as well. Full disclosure, this piece does have a bit of filler just here, but this is the only one with any filler, and they have matched the colour fairly well. So Nellite is generally found in the same areas as pietasite, which is namely South Africa and Namibia. And this material is usually only found in very small quantities, and it's a beautiful combination of gold and blue tiger's eye, which is probably why it might be quite familiar. It doesn't always include the blue, but this piece does have some blue. It also includes quartz, which are these more white, sort of translucent areas. And it does also contain pietasite. So it's kind of like pietasite's cousin, I suppose you could say. But I think it's just a really beautiful material. I've noticed some of the pieces do also contain metallic inclusions, which I believe are hematite, which is also really, really cool. But they're similar, but they all have their own character. And I actually bought these as small round palm stones, and when I got them, they were actually a lot smaller than I thought, and I was like, oh, they're like little buttons. So yeah, they are quite dinky. So I've named them buttons. Buttons? Buttons. I've named them buttons. But I mean, you could call them discs, cookies, you know, there's all sorts of names you could give them, but whatever they are super cute, very pretty. So all of these little buttons are basically the same size, pretty much the same weight, same quality. So they are all the same price, which is £7 each. So that one is piece A. This one is piece B, and it's got some of that lovely chatoyancy again. Lots of beautiful swirls of different colours. I love that gold, it's so, so pretty. That's piece B. Piece C is really super heavy on the flash. It's lovely. It's got slightly less quartz. It does have a little bit just here, but this one is mostly tiger's eye and pietasite, and it does have a lovely streak of hematite right there. This is a super flashy piece. It's got the blue tiger's eye on that corner as well. So considering these are dinky pieces, they do have a lot going on. And they do all have their own character, which is nice. So that's piece C. This is piece D. There's the flash at the top. We've got some quartz on that side. And then that is the other side of piece D. Has some beautiful flash there. Lots of lovely quartz. So piece D is £7 as well. And our final piece is piece E, and this one has more of a pietasite look to it. It's kind of very sort of swirly looking, if that makes any sort of sense. That's the back of piece E. Really lovely little piece. Very artistic looking. And that one is £7 too. Okay, next up is one of my favourite materials. This is a restock material, and it is the last of my stock. So these are beautiful Mexican crazy lace agate palms, and this one is super unusual. It almost, I don't want to say it has more of a mucite look to it, but it has these beautiful pink speckles all over. It's so artistic looking. And then on this side, it's the same. It kind of looks like, you know, when you get a paintbrush and kind of flick it and it like paint splatters. It kind of looks like that. Really lovely. And I did think originally that it had been broken and repaired because there's a fracture line through here and then you can see it on the other side too. But I don't think it has been repaired because you can't really see it here, but it has been infilled. Can you see those little tiny spots? Let's see how close we can get. You see those little tiny sparkles? I think that's where this fractured, probably millions of years ago, and it's actually been infilled with quartz, which sparkles really beautifully. So I think that's just a natural fracture that's been filled with quartz, and then it's got another one here, but that one doesn't run right through to the other side. But that's one of those examples where you can sort of immediately assume it's been repaired, but when you look closer, you can see it is actually natural. So this lovely and very unusual piece is piece K. It's a good size palm, and piece K is £12. Next up is piece L. This one is just gorgeous. See, this has got more of the classic Mexican crazy lace banding and colour palette. So it's got these beautiful crispy whites and these lovely rich reds. This area here is so nice. It's completely transparent and it's like looking into a little landscape below with these beautiful little orby islands. Lovely intricate banding all around here. And then at the top, it's just gorgeous. You can see more orbs and banding there with like a little transparent pool. And then the same around this side. And then a beautiful network here. Gorgeous little sparkly quartz area. And I love with these as well, a lot of these red areas actually really twinkle. When you get them in the right light, the whole entire thing twinkles and sparkles. You can kind of see it just there. So pretty in person. So lovely piece L is just £11. Next up is another slightly unusual one because this one is mostly white and it has some little bits of grey and some very, very pale pastel yellow. It is quite different. It has these nice areas of quartz and then it does have some of the classic banding just there, which is really, really nice. And it's got all this lovely soft colouring around here. It does have a little bit of missing material just there. Just for full disclosure. Beautiful bands around here and then this lovely bluish grey moat surrounding this little translucent island full of intricate bands and a lovely little peach coloured bit right in the centre. So this piece is the largest out of them. It's that size and it's quite a chunky palm. And this is piece M and it's £13. Next up is a really vibrant piece. This one has got some crazy colours. Super, super red. Lovely white colouring. And then it has this gorgeous pop of pink right here. Which I absolutely love that pink area. It's so pretty. Lovely banding all the way through. Gorgeous, gorgeous contrast here. And then more beautiful patterns here. You've got little sparkly areas of quartz all over the place and this whole entire thing twinkles in the sun. Let me see if I can get it to... It doesn't want to do it under the studio lights. It's like, no thank you, not today, not interested. This one, again, it has those kind of classic crazy lace colours and patterns. So lovely piece N is £12. And last up we have piece O, and this one, for some reason, it gives me like really ancient volcano vibes. Oops, she says as she drops it. It's got this super deep red area and then this beautiful grey section and then all these wonderful bands moving into a totally different colour scheme on this side. Love how delicate all these layers are. And you've got a little vug in there, and do you know what? I don't even know how deep that goes. I can't even, hello, I can't even see how deep that goes. It kind of goes off that direction somewhere. But yeah, it's got like a proper sort of earthy primordial vibe, and absolutely stunning banding. Oh my gosh, how pretty. I love it. So nice. So this is the last piece, piece O, and it's £12 as well. So next up are some new items, which I wasn't planning on buying, but my supplier just kind of randomly offered them to me and was like, hey, do you like these? And I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I do. I'll grab them. So unplanned purchase, a bit spur of the moment, but anyway. I do like a nice dragon head, and I do like Labradorite. So I bought these two lovely dragon heads. These are in the Asian style because they have the mane at the back of the head, and they have these lovely flashes. They're actually sunset Labradorite because they do have, if it will show it, they do have some pink and purple in there, as well as the blue and the orange and the gold. Just need to find it. So this one has these lovely bright flashes all over his little snout. That's the underside. I'm determined to find this pink. Oh, there we go. See, he's got some pink and purple going on in there. And I think in the right lighting, there is actually more. I just can't find it at the moment. I'm being a bit useless, sorry about this. It's annoying when you know it's there, you just can't find it. Anyway, that's the lovely flashes on this piece. Oh wow, he's got a shimmer all over. Oh, that's really nice. How lovely. So this is the slightly smaller piece, piece A, and it's £18. I'm sorry if I keep losing my voice. I only had a few hours sleep last night, and today I am running on coffee and sugar. And I literally keep losing my voice, so apologies. Anyway, on to the next. So this one is a lovely piece B, and you can really see those gorgeous sunset flashes in this one. This one is the slightly flashier piece of the two, and it is also slightly larger. I'll just zoom in on there so you can see those gorgeous purple and pink colours right there. All different shades of blue, which is just lovely. And then this side does have gorgeous flashes too. It's kind of hard to get a full flash on a shape like this because the way that Labradorite flashes has to be carved a certain way for the light to catch it at the right angles. So when you've got an intricate shape like this, which has got all sorts of different angles, it is hard to get a full flash all over the piece. It's practically impossible. So I think they've done a really good job of capturing it on the sides. Really, really lovely. So this piece is the larger one of the two. It's around a couple of inches long, I would say, and it's £19. Alrighty, we're down to our penultimate material, which is, if I can pick them up without dropping them, these lovely fire quartz feathers. Now you'll notice I kind of said that in inverted commas. I've got these as an example of how a material can be, I don't want to use the word faked as such, but on first glance these look like fire quartz or red hematoid quartz, but these are actually dyed. So basically what they do to make this material is they carve a piece of clear quartz, and I mean this is really lovely quality clear quartz, then they'll heat it up and it forms these little micro cracks through it. It can make the material a little bit more brittle, so you have to handle it with a bit more care. And then they inject dye inside and it runs through the cracks and it forms these layers. As an example, I'm going to show a natural piece of fire quartz. So obviously this piece is very, very high on the iron content. It's very, very red. So usually in standard hematoid quartz, the quartz is usually a little bit cloudier, but not always. And the actual inclusions are more of like a reddy brown colour. I mean, you can get a very high quality version of this. It's incredibly rare. It does look more like this, but like I said, it's very, very rare. I'll just show another example of bring him in like butt first. Sorry about that. Let's show his face. There we go. So this is another example of fire quartz. And again, you can see the difference in the colour. Like when you see them side by side, it's quite obvious. And again, this quartz is a little bit cloudier. Like I said, it's not always cloudier, but generally it is. And we're more of like a slightly reddy brown colour rather than this super ultra vibrant red that you see in the piece on the left. I was going to say another way that you can usually tell if something has been, again, sort of faked. Again, another way you can tell is by the price. So usually a dyed material will be cheaper than what you would expect, although saying that, this material goes for a lot of money. It's very expensive. So in this case, the price didn't necessarily determine what it was. However, there is another test you can do which can help to identify materials that have been dyed. So if you grab a UV torch, wait, are we on? Hello? Oh my, now is a great time to decide to run out of charge. Excuse me. So if you grab a UV torch, preferably one a little bit larger than mine because mine is pathetically small, and you'll see that it UV reacts. So this particular dye UV reacts a bright orange colour, which you can't see that well because there's a little bit too much ambient light at the moment, but it is fairly easy to spot, whereas regular hematoid quartz does not generally UV react. This piece actually shows a slightly brighter UV reaction, so that is a dead giveaway that this is dyed. I've just moved to a slightly darker spot so you can see that reaction a little bit better. It's a little bit more obvious in the lower light conditions. And this material could also be confused with smelting quartz, but smelting quartz is glass with dye swirled into it. These are very definitely quartz, not glass. You can tell by all the little inclusions. So if you look up close, you can see all these little silvery inclusions, and also the fact that it's got a beautiful rainbow there. This is definitely quartz, not glass, but definitely dyed. So that being said, I'm actually going to sell these at the price that I paid for them. So I'm going to be selling these at wholesale cost with just a little bit added on for shipping. So anyway, this one is piece A and it's £18. Careful. Slippy, slippy. Next up is piece B, and again, it has been very nicely carved. I mean, these pieces are very, very pretty, I have to say. They are absolutely lovely. The quality of the quartz is really good, and they are super punchy and vibrant looking. Oh, and another way you can tell these are dyed is because the dye sort of runs slightly unevenly through the cracks. I don't even know how you describe it. It's almost like watercolour paint in water effect, or like ink in water. This one's got a little bit more of an orangey colour. We've got some lovely silver veils in the quartz. And so this is piece B, and this one is £18 as well. And that's the size reference. They are quite large. And even if these were just plain clear quartz, I'd still think they were really pretty. And then this is the last piece. And again, really nicely carved. This one's got the reddy orange colour more around the edges, which is a little bit different, but still really pretty. So that is... oh! That's piece B. We've done these back to front, haven't we? I've done my usual trick of picking these up in the wrong order. So last up is piece B, which is £18 as well. So yeah, sorry about that. We're all back to front today, but that is pretty standard in my world. So everything's back to front. Alrighty, we have reached our final material of the day, which is these beautiful green fluorite spheres. And they are absolutely full of gorgeous rainbows. They have lovely inclusions all the way through. Beautiful transparency. And I wasn't sure with these whether to list them as apple green or lime green. It's weird, they change colour in different lights. Under these lights, well, I don't know actually, I was going to say under these lights they look more apple green, but in the office they look lime green. It's crazy how they change colour. And they are a lot more vivid than what my phone is showing. Like I've said before, my phone does not like the colour green. It has some unreasonable hatred of it, so they are much, much brighter and greener than this in reality. I'll just get a side light on that so you can see all the beautiful inclusions inside. Really, really lovely. Oh no, we're going to go into disco mode again. Bang. So because of the high quality, this is a slightly pricey material. So this sphere is the smallest, it's piece A, and it's £21. Next up is piece B. This one has gorgeous rainbows as well. It's one of those materials where you just have to kind of play around with it and then it just shows all of its rainbows. Wow, oh my gosh. You think it hasn't got any and then you turn it a slightly different way and it's like, hello, like a rainbow city. So yeah, they've probably got a lot more than what I can actually show. You just need to have a little play around with them to find all their lovely colours. And then this is all the beautiful inclusions in this piece. And I do love the clarity. Wow, that looks like some amazing otherworldly landscape. That is gorgeous. Piece B is a little bit larger. It's a really good sized sphere and it's £37. Next up is piece C, which is a similar size. Oh, look at all those gorgeous silvery veils. Oh my days. Beautiful rainbow. And then, my goodness. Oh, wow. Everywhere. Every direction. Absolutely stunning from all angles. I love the colours in the rainbows in these. They have so much of this vivid blue colour. And again, these are a lot more vivid in person. My phone is kind of dulling these down quite a bit. These are so vivid and so vibrant in reality. This is like with the optical calcite. I'd end up just like staring at them for an unreasonable amount of time. You know what I mean? So we can have a look at all of the lovely inclusions in this one. Got all sorts going on. I just love the formations that fluorite make. How amazing is that? All those lovely intersecting areas. Just beautiful. So piece C is slightly larger than piece B. It's got a little bit of weight to it and it is £39. Okay, we're jumping up in size and weight quite a bit. This is a very weighty sphere, but it has got some gorgeous inclusions. This one to start with, I didn't think it had many rainbows, and then when I was photographing it for Etsy, I suddenly found all these incredible rainbows, and I think it was the specific lighting I was in, so believe me, they are there. They're just insanely hard to find, but when you do find them, they are absolutely incredible. Wow, how gorgeous are those inclusions. I love the fact that this one is kind of, it's got them coming down at this angle and this angle. They form almost like a chevron, which is really, really beautiful. Very otherworldly looking. It does have some rainbow there. Still trying to find them. has got one there. Lovely transparency on this piece. Really interesting formations on the inside. What a beautiful material. That's incredible. So this piece is quite a good size. It's a big, weighty piece of beautiful fluorite, and it's £59. That is piece D. And the last piece of the day is the biggest one of them all, and this is piece E. This one has some stunningly coloured rainbows in it. Wow, wow, wow. That is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. What a gorgeous rainbow. I quite like the fact it's all sort of fractured up like that. It's really unusual. Very nice. And then it's got another gorgeous one there. Again, absolutely beautiful translucency. More gorgeous rainbows. Beautiful inclusions. See, wow. How lovely are those colours? They are just stunning. It's slightly less transparent, but it still has beautiful colours. I love this really bright blue just here. Such a nice piece. So colourful. It has lovely, lovely transparency as well. Slightly less on that side. This side has really, really pretty inclusions. That's a lovely effect, isn't it? Wow. So this beautiful piece E is the largest piece. It is a very good size. So beautiful piece E is £65. Alrighty, we've reached the end. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. For all the latest updates, please feel free to follow me on Instagram, and I have just started posting on TikTok as well. So there's a few different places you can follow along and see what's going on. I'll be back next week, all being well, with some beautiful new crystals, and I hope to see you there. Bye for now.